Hello my dear students, welcome back to our channel. We were discussing the chapter statistics. So we have seen how to find variance and standard deviation for grouped data and ungrouped data. Today we can see another formula for standard deviation and also a shortcut method to find variance and standard deviation. We can go to the video. Please do subscribe to our channel. What is the formula for variance and standard deviation? For grouped data, we can say variance sigma square is equal to 1 by capital N into sigma I from 1 to N Fi into xi minus x bar square. And the standard deviation is nothing but positive square root of variance, that is sigma. Another formula we are deriving just expanding xi minus x bar square. We know a minus b the whole square is equal to a square minus 2ab plus b square. Like that it will become xi square minus 2 into xi into x bar plus x bar square. We can see that, which is equal to 1 by capital N into sigma I from 1 to N Fi into just expand xi minus x bar the whole square, that is xi square minus 2 into xi into x bar plus x bar square. This we can write sigma Fi into xi square minus sigma Fi into 2 into xi into x bar plus sigma Fi into x bar square. Just taking Fi inside and separating the summation. This we can write 1 by capital N into sigma I from 1 to N Fi into xi square minus this is sigma Fi into 2 into xi into x bar. 2 into x bar we can take outside. There is no xi in 2 and x bar. So 2x bar into sigma I from 1 to N xi into Fi plus sigma Fi into x bar square. X bar square we can take outside. X bar square into sigma I from 1 to N Fi. 1 by n common for all. Here also. What is sigma Fi? Sigma Fi is nothing but capital N. And what is sigma xi into Fi? We know x bar is equal to 1 by capital N into sigma xi into Fi. So sigma xi Fi is equal to x bar into capital N. We can write x bar is equal to 1 by capital N into sigma xi into Fi. So sigma xi into Fi is equal to x bar into capital N. So we can substitute this. Then it will become 1 by capital N into sigma I from 1 to N Fi into xi square minus 2x bar into, instead of sigma xi Fi we can write x bar into N. X bar into N plus x bar square into sigma Fi is capital N. We can take this 1 by n inside. Then here and here n will cancel out. So this will become 1 by capital N into sigma I from 1 to N Fi into xi square minus 2x bar square into N by N. 2x bar square N by N is 1 plus x bar square into N by N. N by N get cancelled plus x bar square. Here minus 2x bar square plus x bar square, that is minus x bar square. This we can write 1 by n into sigma I from 1 to n Fi into xi square minus x bar square. X bar is nothing but 1 by n into sigma Fi into xi. So we can write sigma square is equal to 1 by capital N into sigma I from 1 to n Fi into xi square minus, instead of x bar we can write 1 by n into sigma xi into Fi. Here x bar square the whole square Don't get confused with this small letter sigma and a capital letter sigma. This is small letter, this is capital letter sigma in Roman system. Here we can take 1 by n square outside. Here 1 by n into n by n. It will become n by n square into sigma fi into xi square. We can take this 1 by n square outside. Then it will become sigma square is equal to 1 by capital N square into, here remaining is n into sigma fi into xi square. We can write n into sigma fi into xi square minus, here remaining is sigma xi into fi the whole square. Sigma I from 1 to n xi into fi the whole square. So variance is equal to this one. So standard deviation we can write sigma is equal to positive square root of this one. That is 1 by capital N into square root of this value. N into sigma fi into xi square minus sigma xi fi the whole square. We can do an example using this formula. Example, find the standard deviation for the following data. Xi, Fi, the data is given. We can write the formula. Standard deviation sigma is equal to 1 by capital N into square root of n into sigma Fi into xi square minus sigma xi Fi the whole square. So this is the formula. So what all data we need? Xi square we need, Fi into xi square, then xi into Fi. So we can make the table. Xi given, Fi given, then we can write xi into Fi. Xi into Fi, also xi square, then Fi into xi square. Write the data. Xi 3, 8, 13, 18, 23. Fi 7, 10, 15, 10, 6. What is capital N? Capital N is nothing but sigma Fi, that is 7 plus 10 plus 15 plus 10 plus 6, which is equal to 48. Now xi into Fi, that is 3 into 7, 21, 8 into 10, 80, 13 into 15, 195, like that 180, 138. So we need sigma xi into Fi. Sigma xi into Fi, sum of these values. It will be equal to 614. Now we can write xi square, that is this square, 3 square 9, 8 square 64, 13 square 169, like that 324, 529. Now we need Fi into xi square, that is this column into this column, 7 into 9, 63, 10 into 64, 640, like that. Write all values, 2535, 3240, 3174. Next we need sigma Fi into xi square, that is sum of these values, that is 9652. So we can find a sigma, which is equal to 1 by, here n is 48, 1 by 48 into square root of n is 48, 48 into sigma Fi into xi square, that is this value 9652, minus sigma xi Fi the whole square. Sigma xi Fi is 614, 614 the whole square, which is equal to 1 by 48 into square root of 48 into 9652, that is 463296, and a 614 square, which is equal to So the answer is 1 by 48 into 293.77, which is equal to 6.12. So we can write sigma standard deviation is equal to 6.12. So we can say another formula for standard deviation is 1 by n into square root of n into sigma fi into xi square minus sigma xi into fi the whole square. Which method you feel easy, that you can study, okay? Next, we can see shortcut method to find variance and standard deviation. We have already discussed that step deviation method to find mean, arithmetic mean. The same here. In step deviation method, we are defining step deviation di is equal to xi minus a by h. Here we can call that step deviation yi instead of di. So yi is equal to xi minus a by h. Here we can take capital letter A by h, where yi is the step deviation, a is the assumed mean, that is almost middle value, and h is the common factor. In case of discrete data, we can say common factor of xi minus a, and in case of continuous frequency data, we can say width of that class interval. From this, we will get xi is equal to a plus h into yi. So we are substituting this xi in the formula for mean. We know x bar is equal to sigma xi into fi divided by capital N. So instead of xi, substitute a plus h into yi. So it will become 1 by n into sigma I from 1 to n. Xi is a plus h into yi. A plus h yi into fi. We can take this fi inside. Then it will become 1 by capital N into sigma I from 1 to n. A into fi plus separate summation sigma h into fi into yi. Sigma I from 1 to n h into yi into fi. This is equal to, what is sigma a into fi? A into sigma fi. Sigma fi is nothing but capital N. That is 1 by n into a into capital N. N get cancelled. Plus, this is h into sigma yi into fi by capital N. Taking n inside. This we can write 1 by n get cancelled. So a plus here h into sigma yi into fi by capital N. We know sigma xi into fi by capital N is nothing but x bar. So this will be y bar. So this is h into y bar. So we get x bar is equal to a plus h into y bar. We can substitute this x bar and xi in variance. Formula for variance, we know sigma square is equal to 1 by n into sigma I from 1 to n fi into xi minus x bar square, which is equal to 1 by n into sigma I from 1 to n fi into, instead of xi we can write a plus hyi minus, instead of x bar a plus hy bar. So removing the bracket, a minus hy bar square. Here a minus a 0. It will become h into yi minus y bar the whole square. That is h square into yi minus y bar the whole square. So this we can write 1 by n into sigma I from 1 to n fi into h square into yi minus y bar square. H square is constant, take outside. Then it will become h square by n into sigma I from 1 to n fi into yi minus y bar square. We know variance for xi is 1 by n into sigma fi into xi minus x bar square. So this will be the variance of yi. So we can write sigma x square is equal to h square into variance of y, that is sigma y square. Or we can say sigma x standard deviation is equal to square root of this, that is h into sigma yi. We can substitute that another formula for standard deviation here. Then it will become sigma x is equal to h into sigma y. Standard deviation, we see the formula is 1 by n into square root of n into sigma fi xi square minus sigma xi fi the whole square. So this will become h by n into square root of n into sigma fi into xi square minus sigma fi whole square. We can see an example using this formula. So in shortcut method, we can say sigma x is equal to h into sigma y, where y we know step deviation. Yi is equal to xi minus capital A by h, where capital A is the assumed mean and h is the common factor. Example, calculate the mean, variance and standard deviation for the following distribution. Here a continuous frequency distribution is given. We can write the formula. We have sigma x is equal to h into sigma y. We can define yi is equal to xi minus A by h. Also we have that different formula, another formula for sigma is equal to 1 by n into square root of n into sigma fi xi square minus sigma xi fi whole square. So we can make the table. First we can write the classes given 30 to 40. Next we can write the given frequencies fi. Next we can write the mid values xi. Xi is the mid value of each classes. Here what is capital A? Assumed mean, and h assumed mean A is equal to, here what is the middle class? We can say here we have 9 data. So fifth data, that is 60 to 70 is the middle value, middle class. So its midpoint, that is 65 is the assumed mean. And h is equal to this width, we can take 30 to 40, width is 10. So we can take h is equal to 10. So next we can define yi is equal to xi minus 65 divided by 10. Here to find standard deviation for xi, we need standard deviation for yi. So here we need yi square and fi into yi square and also yi into fi. So we can write yi square, also yi into fi, also fi into yi square. Make the table. So we can find yi, that is xi minus 65 by 10, that is 35 minus 65, that is 30, minus 30 divided by 10, that is minus 3. Like that 45 minus 65, that is minus 20 by 10, minus 2. Here minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. Now we can see yi square, that is this value square, 9, 4, 1, 0, 1, 4, 9. Yi into fi, that is this column into this column, 3 into minus 3, minus 9, minus 14, minus 12, 0, 8, this column into this column, 6, 6. Next we need its sum, sigma yi into fi. So this sum will be minus 15. Next we can find fi into yi square, that is this column into this column. 9 into 3, 27. 7 into 4, 28. 12, 0, 8. 3 into 4, 12. 18. Also we need this sum. It will be equal to 105. So we need mean, variance and standard deviation. First we can find mean. X bar is equal to, we have seen a plus h into y bar. That is a plus h into sigma yi into fi by capital N, which is equal to, a is 65. 65 plus h is 10. Sigma yi into fi, that is minus 15 divided by capital N is this value. Here the sum is 50. 10 by 50, that is 1 by 5. Minus 15 by 5, that is minus 3. So 65 minus 3, that is equal to 62. So we can say mean is equal to 62. Next we can find variance. Variance, sigma x square is equal to h square into sigma y square. That is h square into sigma y square is 1 by n square into n into sigma fi into yi square minus sigma yi into fi the whole square. Write the formula. Then substitute h square, that is 10 square 100 into 1 by n square. N square is 50 square, that is 2500 into n into sigma fi into yi square. N is 50 into sigma fi into yi square, that is 105 minus sigma yi into fi, that is minus 15 square, that is 225. So this will be 1 by 25 into 5250 minus 225, which is equal to 201. So standard deviation, sigma is equal to square root of 201, which is equal to 14.18. Which method you feel better, that you can study. No need to study these all things. See you in the next video. If you find this video useful, please like, share, comment and save. And also subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching. Thank you.